Rukbi, now we'll start with you.
Mr. Ambassador, tell us the situation for Jews in Denmark and whether some may listen to Benjamin Netanyahu and move to Israel.
Well, the Jews in Denmark have been emancipated 200 years ago. I'm sure everyone is listening to the Israeli Prime Minister very carefully. He is the Prime Minister of the Jewish state, and what he says should be listened to with good care.
Are Israelis choosing to leave, and how is the embassy coping with this?
Well, the embassy is always coping with the situation as it is. We have a lot of protection, of course. We enjoy cooperation with the Danish government. I want to take this opportunity to thank our hosts in Denmark for the care that they're taking of us. We also feel part of the Jewish community here. We grieve with them today as they lost one of their own, who's also one of ours, the late Dan Uzan, who gave his life in protection of the community. He prevented a large-scale catastrophe and tragedy in a bat mitzvah party in the synagogue, but he paid with his life, and we grieve with his family. We knew him personally, we know his family personally, and we're aching with all of them today.
Mr. Ambassador, how safe are Jews in Europe?
It's not a question of safety, it's a question of an atmosphere. Jews are not safe when they are attacked in Toulouse. Jews are not safe when they're attacked in Paris or in Belgium or in Copenhagen. But it's the atmosphere. And what we saw a couple of days ago is a kind of a pattern which is malignant and should not be admitted. It's like what happened in Paris. First you attack the Charlie Hebdo, then you go to the kosher supermarket. First you attack a free speech event here, and then you go for the Jewish synagogue. This is something bad that's happening here, and it should be stopped. It should be an end. Should be put to this immediately.
Mr. Ambassador, Mark Halpern, trying to understand the underpinnings of what Prime Minister Netanyahu is calling for. Does the Prime Minister not think that Jews in Denmark or Jews in France can be safe? Does he not wish there to be thriving Jewish communities around Europe?
I see no contradiction. Jews should be safe wherever they are. Those who live in France or in Copenhagen or in London or in New York should be safe, should feel secured, should be protected. But Israel is the homeland of the Jewish people. Israel is the Jewish country. Israel is the Jewish nation state. And Jews are very welcome to come to Israel whenever they want, wherever they wish to. And we are very happy to have every person, every member of the Jewish people living with us. But for as long as they live in the countries where they do live, they have to be protected, they have to be defended, and I see no contradiction in that respect.
This is David Remnick, also from the set in New York. I'm wondering, the resonance of what Prime Minister Netanyahu said is that there's somehow an existential crisis for Jews in Europe. And of course, the resonance there is to the failure of most European Jews in the 30s to somehow leave the continent and avoid the fate of the Holocaust. Is there a suggestion that there's such a colossal threat to Jews in Europe now? Is that what's behind the Prime Minister's words?
I don't know. You have to ask the Prime Minister about that. All I can say is that Jews should feel safe and protected wherever they are. There is an atmosphere right now in the continent against the Jews. I wouldn't go to a historical comparisons of any sort. What happened in the 30s happened in the 30s. What happens now happens now. But now there is a state of Israel to which Jews can look for and to which Jews can go if they feel they want to or if they feel they have to. But for as long as they live where they are, they must be protected, they must be defended.
Well, Mr. Ambassador, anti-Semitism obviously